All right, here's an overview on using lightbox elements. The first thing you'll probably notice if you drop a lightbox element onto your canvas is that it's hidden by default, which can be a little confusing. But on the left side, you can see lightbox centered and lightbox centered inner. It gives you two elements. What you can do if you want to default this to be shown, typically lightboxes are hidden at first and then something triggers them. But if you wanted this to be shown, each of these has a class on here, a utility class, lightbox background outer hidden. I can remove it. And then this one has lightbox inner hidden, and I can remove it. So you can see the lightbox is actually there now. Anything you put in this centered div is what will appear in your lightbox. So that could be static stuff that you pop in there. That could be dynamic stuff. That could be a component loading another page, whatever you want. And so in this case, I actually want these to start hidden. So I'm going to add these classes back in. So that's that one. And then this is this one. And the way I do this is I come into flows and I create two flows that I can trigger anytime I need to. The first one, show lightbox, and the second one, hide lightbox. Now to show the lightbox, we're going to do with actions what I just did manually, which is we're going to remove those classes on those two elements. So I can do remove class, choose the outer. Oh, this is the class first, so I choose that hidden class, choose the outer element, and then remove again the inner hidden class and choose the inner element. So that will remove those classes and show the lightbox in a way that works with the built-in animation that the lightbox comes with. So the background takes over and then the lightbox kind of pops in, or if it's a panel, it slides in. Instead, if you didn't want to use these classes, you could actually put a style or an inline style of display none and then use the hide and show actions that come default. There's a hide completely, which what that does is it adds display none to an element. And there's a show, which reverts that display to whatever it was. So if you want to be a little simpler and didn't have an animation, you wouldn't actually have to remove the classes. However, removing the classes is pretty straightforward once you set this up and looks a little nicer. So to finish off hide, we just add those classes back in. So I'm going to add the outer hidden back to the outer. And then I'll just duplicate this and add the inner hidden back to the inner. And so now I have the action, the flow to trigger these, but I would just need some kind of button or something. So in this, as an example, I'm just going to literally drop a button on here. And this one will be show. And then duplicate this for, hide. And so show will bind the click event to show lightbox. And actually, I just realized hide we won't really need because the lightbox itself, when you click outside, it hides itself. So this should work now that this is bound here. So if I preview, there we go. Oh, that's not set to click off yet. So what I would actually do is instead of a hide button, on the outer div, you can actually set a click event of hide lightbox. And that way, you can show it. If you click on the outer div, you can hide it. Now there, it also clicked on the inner div, so I would do a different thing here where I did a new flow called do nothing. And then I would put that on the inner click. And there we go.